some bits, and so what? So we have the mining statue. I've had to do some maths and bits. So here's the collapse, still an investigation. As a part of the mine, I haven't shown off where this access development, 250 miners were lost. Look, this is a economy. So let's go up to equipment. It's changed. Each chest has equipment for free. I've had to do math. So your equipment, if you're a miner, you get a pickaxe, a safety helmet, a rope, a water bottle, a lamp, a mapping tool so you can map out what you've been, a compass, miner's stew, and a bucket for carrying items. That is what would be in all of these chests, but I can't be asked to do that. It's too much hassle. I'll do one just to give you an idea. These are all the old lockers before the disaster, where they lost a lot of miners, and so this mine heavily got, what do you word it? The government basically put a tariff and said, so you can only have about 60 miners at a time. 60 miners per shift of 46 hours. Shifts. Shift per shift. 4 to 6 hours per shift only. So you only have 40 hours of a shift. Active per day now is 240 miners in total. There used to be 756 miners per day. That's the big bounce. Overtime means sharing tools, which is true. 129 chests no longer in use. There's all these. What the 129 is the amount of people. I think that's what it is. I think if I remember rightly, that's how many people it is. Yeah, so for this area alone, would have been 516 people per 24 hours from just this section that's been cut off. So per day there's now only 200. So that's cut the workforce by, yeah, you can see the numbers pretty much. Look at that. Look at that cut from like staff per day. It's ridiculous. So you can see what happened after the massive mining incidents, and they're like, we shut most of the mine down, and so yeah. Now this might be an upload after something else, so right. So we've shown off that. That's where you drop off your mining materials. If you don't, you get killed, because everything's done by execution. Here's mine shaft 1. Here's the storage shed where all the stuff from the shed goes. Comes down here, gets put in a chest, and it gets sent on a railway that leaves here underground to the city, where there's a station there that collects stuff and sends it to the ports and bits. So yeah, that's that sorted. We've got lots of bits here, like where it's hit the ocean. So you go down these tunnels and you realise, boom, hit water. You have signs everywhere in this place because it's very close to the sea. And you're like, why is it built close to the sea? Well, when it was first built, it was going to be like the gold rush. You know, you need water to clean and stuff. But as time went on, the first bits of these mines were very small, very on the ground basis mine block, specific for what it had. But this mine was opened only like 2 to 4 years ago, and they got a lot of funding after the pink disappeared and died. Some of it, law we haven't hit, so there's a lot of water here. See, you can hit the water. They mined all this out pretty much. This is where the original mining used to go on, underground. Mine it all out. This is the safety hut, so if the mine collapses, you stay in here. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of mining. And before you think, oh, this is already here, this cave, no, it wasn't. I made it all. It's all meant to be us, because that's how it looks like before. And that, and that. And then this one's the lowest floor, if you haven't already seen. Down here, it takes you down. You're at the level where lava can hit you, so lava dangers and lava. If we go up this way, we have a long tunnel until this area was shut off, and that's where the mine was, but this all collapsed in the Great Mining Incident. So yeah, when you see that there's a giant statue up there as you come in, that's a great mining incident where 2,500 miners were in that day, because they had a bit that was really tough and they had to mine through it. Someone mined something and the whole tunnel, the top bit layer was fine because it was underwater, but everything else just went poof and the water level dropped. There wasn't that much water up there before. And so you get the point, and I think there's a certain part of the tunnel, I think it's down here, so we need to go through where the old tunnels were, and this bit's why it's concrete and it has all this stuff. So this is the danger lava bit, right? That was built later. Down here we've got the water station. They found water and they'll build that later. Here's where the old mine tunnels were. So down here's the old mine shaft, which was used in the old days. As you can see, not a lot of stuff was mined. It's now preserved for historic things. So you can see this mine shaft was big and old. And this is where all the miners are found dead in a corner. You can see it's blocked off because it's under investigation, because they don't know how it collapsed, and hundreds of miners. So this is how mining used to be done. You put two sticks and you hook the ceiling holes, right? That was old fashioned way. This is the modern way. For this tunnel anyway, this is the modern way of an actual platform. Because that is why we lost them, because this is brick, so we know exactly the path they were. But the thing they didn't have, which we do, is this. This is called the structure line, which means no matter how bad this collapses, there'll be something stabilised above you to have a way out, or an area to get oxygen, which is the biggest problem. So here's another mine shaft, and you can see all other bits there, and then you got the mine out here. This is what I mean about this was a mine out from the original mining companies. So we found this bit where they originally mined before the collapse thing and that. So you get the point. The mining had been happening for years. Yeah, and the mine collapsed down there. That happened quite recently in the 2000s. It's because there were two mine collapses. We lost about 1,000 each time. And then 500 in the third. So yeah, there's 3 mine collapses in a couple of days. And those statues don't even say how many people went down to rescue. It's about 250 people of that died rescuing people. So you get the point. This mine ain't safe. It's also the most busiest mine in this country. Well, in this area, because it's big. And here's a mining statue. And it's still under investigation. That's that bit. That's in investigation. And if you want to see where the mining materials go, there's a path to the kingdom, right? But this ain't safe. So all the materials are sent underground to that place. So it can then be shipped through this area, through the military zone, to the harbour. Just completely avoiding this area. Because if you haven't watched my other videos, this area has, well, how do we mention it? Well, it's full of gangs, organised gangs, who will rob, thieve from everyone. So that's the point. I have that just in case this should. But yeah, you get the point. Organised gangs everywhere here, ready to rob. People who normally live here live like this. So slavery is worse in this country. You get to sleep on the floor. Here's the mass suicide forest, which wink wink was suicide and not military execution of a mass scale in a forest. And this is what remains of the forest before we had to build everything. So you get the point. They just kind of went, yes, it's block off this part, say a mass suicide, make a bloody memorial over there, and say yeah, so they killed themselves, which they didn't. They were massacred, children, families burnt whole, slaughtered, heads cut off, shot. You know, you get the point. Fucking slaughtered in the spot. Then we've got the ships. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to do as well. So the ships, I finally named them. They've finally got some names, but not those. So there's two nations on this map currently. There is the European Combined Forces, which is Europe. What is left of Europe after a Great War in Europe, which we're not involved in because we're too high tech and they're lower tech. This is Europe's ships. And this is our empire. You can get this world's a bit unbalanced, but so this is the ECFS Lusty, their main ship for communication. I've not finished this ship either, but you get the point. This ship is not a battleship, because battleships would be 2 stories of cannon. This is 1. This is a what do you call it? Ambassador. An ambassador. You get the point. It's a ship where they go to other countries and talk to them. It uses very powerful wind powers. These are 2 ships that are currently stationed here until I build maybe some others, but probably won't. Main ships that are set out in this ocean that are mainly travelling. We've got the Hmps Dragon, the Hmps, oh, where is it? The Hmps Succubus. These are the 2 main ships in this ocean. Now the Succubus is a very big, I mean big, not really, it's quite small aircraft arming station. So this ain't for carrying any ships. That's not the point of this ship. This ship is made so you land, get your supplies and fuel, you take off again. You don't stay in the ship. And its main job is to, well, let's have a look inside. What's in there? Giant area for storage, which is closing doors, storage for food, sort of things. You think that's not a lot, well it is, because the ship constantly gets resupplied, so it's fine. It's got a small kitchen and a dining area for its own crew, a bar, and a runway, small fire station. It's a small. I would build it bigger, but I don't have the time for that. Radars and all that. So you get the point. It's such a small ship, so it's not really meant for like proper battle. But then it's got the most anti-air on any ship I think I've built so far. We've got 1, 2. Well, for AAA, which is machine guns and bits, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 AAA and 1 AA with 4 missiles. So it's got a lot of anti-air. Perfectly good for anti-air. This is the deck cleaning entry. Does that say clearing? No, it's cleaning. It means to say clearing. I think it's clearing. So if there's like a flight on deck or you're under fire, you can clear through the hatch. So if you look at the ship, it's actually marked really well. So during the night, this runway, that's the landing area, is coloured with those colours, then blue and green, This one's marked with just orange and red to show it's the takeoff zone and danger. The orange, red and black shows it's the way for a lift, so if anyone needs to get stuff off. Yes, the ship's got 3 helipads, and that's its job. It's just so if it goes out in the ocean, it probably head out like miles away in the ocean, so there'll be nothing else. Let's just say this is all you see when it's out there, just this, just miles of ocean and a ship with a destroyer of cruise missiles. That'll be it. And their job is to, so if a plane took off here, let's say I'm actually going to build an airfield here soon, but an airplane or a helicopter, because that's the main way, takes off here, it'll go up for miles, run low on fuel, land on this, it'll be the perfect distance for fuel, land on this, refuel, take off, get to the next destination. That's the point of the ship. Then we've got the other HMPSs, which are trading ships. So we have the small ones for local. We've got HMPS Light, which is the mining company's one. So if a mine use their dock, this one takes that over here instead of a train. HMP List, HMP Rice, which is a food, and HMP The Lime Brick, which is a coal ship made to carry bits inside the middle. Then we've got the 2 big trade ships. Our main one, which is the HMPS Cheese, which if you haven't seen HMPS Cheese, it's actually quite a good ship. So the crew on this have a couple storage, so this will be the storage area, all colour coded, so you can see there's a lot of storage, a bottom floor that's not finished. This would normally have a crew of about 6 to 4 people. It's not a, it's more of a transport ship, so it won't be heavily guarded. This is a smaller one for a bit local, not international, and it is called the Hmps Gold, which is for the gold mines, which has storage down here. And back there would be crew quarters. And there's a the deck for this ship is down here, very small. It's this ship only have 4 people on the ship, 2 armed guards, a maintenance man, and the captain of the ship slash the driver. This one has 3 armed guards, a navigator, an engineer, and the captain. So 3 up deck, 3 down below. And that ship would have, if you look how many cannons there are, you can get the point. This ship would have a big crew, and they mainly sleep on the floor, so yeah, it's not very nice. I haven't built the crew quarters for that. Actually, no, I have. Let's go show off the crew quarters for the main battleship, or the aircraft carrier, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a resupply carrier. That's what it really is. And on the back here's a little cannon next to the door. So let's go down below. So a NAFI, if you know what that means, find out. Down here we have the radar and weapon control room, which is currently closed. And here's the bedroom. Here's one. Here's the other. Yeah, this ship has a big crew though. It's got a bigger crew than the size of the ship. It's going to be something else apart from more barracks. So you get the point. A lot of crew for this very, very small ship. And you'll notice flags everywhere. I've started putting the flags up. So yeah, that's all the current ships. I think I'm going to show you the coolest part of this ship, which I love. Oh, wrong way. Past all the office blocks. If we head upstairs. No, wrong way. this way into the bridge. We have 2 computers, steering wheel, and a map of a ship. That one's classified, so that's why it's cut out, because I finished this before that was starting construction, so you can see. Though obviously I wasn't finished with that. But yeah, you get the point of how big this ship is. So this would make sense. We've got the north, we've got a map out, level point, and this will show you the entire ship. So if someone went, we have a problem, blah blah blah, you can see the entire ship on this map. So you don't have to just know, you can see on the ship. And that'll be it for the quick Minecraft update on the ship and some other bits. I hopefully soon will be finished with the whole underground part, because I want to make the mine really big, and so it'll be really deep, really dug out. If you haven't seen how deep it is, go watch some other videos, you'll see. But it's quite a deep mine, not that deep, but deep enough. And it would show you that this mine is here, so we get a little bit of supplies. That's the path for the workers, by the way, if you didn't know that. That's the memorial for one mining memorial for an older accident before this one. So yeah, this mine has had quite a few deaths this time, but you get the point. It's not. And I think I need to make a video explaining the law and a bit more, but I haven't written that up yet. But the law in this world is lower class. So this is lower class. They wouldn't get level 1 access to a job in the military. They can't even join the military. Upper class, which hasn't had all its housing built, but you get the point. Mass housing there, and that sort of thing. So this is the upper class. Then you got business areas. So this is split in areas. So we've got low, middle class, and some upper class. The highest class we've got there, in there. We've got the giant wall all the way around. We've got the dockyard, the military base. We have the lighthouse and the giant bank. Aerial reconnaissance, a jet fighter, a nuclear bomber, a space station that monitors everything and keeps everything up the air that shouldn't be, a vault which we do not talk about. Oh yeah, and the lower class area, I haven't even shown you this. If you haven't seen my other videos, you don't know about this. That's a fake entrance, but all this under here is housing for the lower class. That there's a storage building for items for mining. That's lower class housing, that's lower class housing, lower class, food, art gallery, low class housing, gang building, lower class housing, incinerator, pretend graveyard, where the bodies are said to take up a grave, but they get incinerated in the grave. Just recommend, shows where they are. The War of the Sea, the War of the main ward, a little ward. Got a lot of memorials around for a lot of wars that happened for all this land. I got the old siren that was built way like 2 to 3 years ago. Got the death camp, because we are not a nice country and we're not fascist, but not far off in the sense of how we deal with things. So I would say a bit fascist. We don't care about your religion as long as you follow the rules, and colour, all that doesn't matter. We just kill people not of colour, often following the rules. So it's more of a death, it's literally called a death camp, and it has gas chambers, poison chambers, because it's no gas. But we've got a little hospital, a chicken hospital there, a Tesco. Running around the Undercity under construction. We've got the old mine, which is one other mine. Got the forts up there, you can barely see if this is blurry. We've got the small trade ship. So if you want to know what I mean by old mine, this is a little fortress with defences, and here's the old mine. It goes way down. So we've got the old mine, bit of the old mine collapsed. A lot of the land here, like you put on it and everything collapses down, it's because of all the mining that happened. Greenery, to make it look more nicer, we have the key to the underground city, and don't know what that is. It's basically a very long time towards older part of the city. Very far down. It's still under construction, but you get the point. This is the Atlantic City, the underworld city, owned by the ocean. Because we own the land and the sea in this area, so we have to commit with the gods. So you get the point. Now, if you look at my channel's logo, you will see the pink fox is coloured out. That's for the plot of this. But that's what's left of the statue that I was building, and I gave up because it was just so stressful. But that's all you're going to see of the god, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, comment down below what you want to see more of, or what you think I should add or change. If you come at the time I've ended this series, maybe, or I don't have this device, so this map's just gone from existence, and I thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you see, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.